Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey and I want to talk about something completely random. I know it's not comics, manga, or anime or anything, but this has been bothering me for a long time, and because I never had a YouTube channel, I was never able to talk about it. But the reason why it's bothering me is because it's on my page sometime that I see, when I follow certain things, or because I like a few things, they send you, like little suggestions of pages that also like the same thing that you like. So I don't know if anybody noticed, but when Disney Channel came out, Disney Channel did a sequel series to Boy Meets World called Girl Meets World. And on that show, they introduced the grown up, the teen brother of Corey, Josh Matthews, who is a little bit older than his niece in the show. But the reason why I want to talk about this, because I know it's so random, was I was, liking some stuff or whatever. And of course, you got people saying how Disney was promoting rape culture and like, what was it? What's that word that they like to use? Rape culture and I can't think of the word that I was hearing people say a lot. Oh, grooming culture as well, because of Josh and Maya, who is the main character on the Girl Meets World's relationship. And I was very disturbed by hearing that kind of stuff, because I'm just thinking to myself, how can that promote like rape and grooming culture when Josh is a teenager, the same thing as Maya. Is just that he's a little bit older, technically by 2 years, because Josh was born in 1999 and Maya was born in 2001. So it's technically 2 years, not 3 years, like everybody always want to try to say. It might be a little bit of 3 years, but technically it's really 2 years, actually. She was born early 2001. He was born early 1999. It's basically 2 years apart. But I think what people misconstrued is because of the fact that the character is 16, but he's going to college. And Maya is in middle school at the time. But the problem is that a lot of people, I don't know if people just choose to ignore that fact, or the fact that they think because he's this older person that Josh and Maya couldn't start a relationship or anything. And I'm just like, he is a 16-year-old boy. She is basically 13. Well, no, 14 technically. Actually, she's actually 14. Really, when you think about it, when she first started the series, she's actually 14 by the start of the series, because 13, she's about to turn 14 depending on how school is. But when the series started, the girl is basically 14 at the time and Josh is 16. That's literally a 2 year gap. But because everybody was disturbed by the fact that Maya and Riley went to a college party to retrieve Josh or whatever, and it's just like, okay, Maya has a schoolgirl crush on Josh because Maya and Riley were best friends when they were like around 7 years old or something like that. Josh came up there to New York to see his brother on occasions and stuff like that. And, got to know Maya, got to know Riley a little bit more or whatever and stuff like that. So it's not out of the possibility that these two would see each other and grow up together. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and like develop feelings for each other. The only reason why I'm talking about this is because I don't like that they're bringing that kind of thing to this children's show. Like, I know some people like to look really deep into certain shows, but I have a problem when you're literally trying to accuse a male character of promoting grooming or rape culture because he's in college, she's in middle school, but he's 16 and she's 15. Well, she's about to go to high school anyway. It's kind of weird. Like, what are we saying? We don't say anything about Lucas or Riley's relationship, and Lucas got kept back a whole year. Him and Zay got kept back a whole year. And yet they're still able to hang out with their friends or whatever, and nobody says anything about them. But because Josh is a too really 2 years older than Maya, everybody want to be like, oh, it's rape culture and it's grooming, and I just don't like that narrative that we're pushing on male characters, especially when it comes to like ages, when it comes to characters, especially the male characters. Nobody really have a bad eye when it's a woman being older, but as soon as it's a male, it's grooming or whatever. And I don't understand why people take that. I don't know if it's because people don't like the actor Uriah Shelton who plays Josh, but it just kind of bothers me because it's just like there are a lot of uncles and aunties that are close to the same age as their nieces and nephews, and it's not out of the possibility that if they had friends, that the friends would might fall in love with them, have feelings about them. It's not out of the possibility. And you do realize that there are kids who are 16 or even younger than that do go to college. So what? You know what I'm saying? He's a prodigy. He's 16 going to college. Do you not hear how impressive that is? People keep forgetting that this boy is 16 going to college. And Maya's 15 going to high school. He was already in high school at the time. That means he graduated high school early to be accepted into college. Like, do not nobody understand that kind of stuff? There's nothing wrong with people. There's nothing wrong with teenagers dating each other that are 2 years older than each other. Hell, I've seen sometimes being in high school a ninth grader dating a senior. Nobody bats an eyelash, but because he's quote unquote going to college, and because she's about to start high school soon, now is rape culture and grooming. How does that work? Please tell me, how does that work? How does a how can you say that's grooming when she's 14, he's 16? Well, it's an age difference by 2 years, barely three, barely three at the most, but still, 1999, 2001. You guys do the math. That ain't that damn long. That is not that damn long. Y'all act like Josh was born in 1997 and she was born in 2001 or something like that. No, matter of fact, you guys act like Josh was born in 1994 and Maya's born in 2001. Then okay, then you got something, then you got an issue. But because it's not, what's the big deal? And it's kind of funny. It's like the same people that are saying that are the main ones that are okay with the whole forbidding brother and sister relationships. That for some reason TVs like to pull off this. Well, they're technically not brother and sister. They're brother and sister by either marriage or by adoption. They're still brother and sisters. You little nasties. You little nasties. They're still brother and sister. Or the teacher and the student. I don't understand that one either. That shouldn't be a thing neither, but they like to romanticize that as well. So why are two taboo relationships okay, but one that's close to the correct ages, it's a problem because he's going to college and she's going to high school? Make it make sense for me, please. Make it make sense. Because it doesn't make any sense. The only reason why I'm saying that is because I do have people that I know that are in those kind of situations, and to say that and push that narrative out there is such a misconstrued thing. I don't know if it's because the fan base hate Uriah Shelton or whatever, but it doesn't need to be something like that. That doesn't really need to be a thing, because that's a lot of arguments that I hear about. That's a lot of things that I've run into is basically, oh, he's grooming her, or he's trying to rape her or something like that, or it, or trying to trick her into believing that she should wait for him or whatever, and he's in college, she's in high school, that doesn't work or anything or whatever and stuff like that. Not even thinking about these people's ages. It's not out of the realm of possibility that a high schooler was very intelligent, very smart, did well in school, got accepted into college real early on in life. He was 16 and she's 15. He was about to go on 17 at the time. So, I mean, he's about to go 17. So really, is it really that bad? No, it's really not. I just don't understand people really trying to look really hard. And no offense, it's just like I'm not really into the shipping thing or whatever, shipping wars or whatever. But I just think another reason why is because people are so desperate for Maya and Lucas to be a thing that they completely ignored Maya's feelings for Josh and Josh's feelings for Maya, that they try to come up with this, try to rationalize this. Oh, well, he's 3 years older than her, so it just can't work out. It just doesn't make any sense or whatever and stuff like that. And it's just like, really, are you that desperate for Lucas and Maya to be together just to come up with this entire narrative of Josh is grooming her and Disney is promoting rape culture? Like, make it make sense though. Make it make sense. Michael Jacobs already had said who were the relationships anyway in the first place. So all of this whole thing, Lukaya, Rukus, what's that other thing called? Josh Kaya and all that kind of stuff. All of that stuff was settled way before he even wrote that kind of nonsense. He teased y'all with the Lukaya thing, and you guys ran with it, and now you try to find weird ways of trying to make the ship work when it doesn't work, to be honest, and throwing Josh under the bus to try to promote that ship is kind of toxic, because there are little kids who do read this kind of stuff, and even having arguments with, not me having arguments, but just people in general. When I see that kind of stuff, when I see the comment section in those little posters or whatever, when I see them, they believe that Josh is some kind of creeper or whatever, and he's not. He's a character that grew up around the main characters. Just because they don't see him all the time because he lives in Philadelphia and sometimes he come up to New York City to visit his brother, that doesn't mean that he's some kind of creep or weirdo. It's just how it is. He was born a few years earlier. That's all, and he was very intelligent, where he was accepted into college. That's it. Other than that, all that nonsense that people like to do to try to rationalize stuff makes absolutely no sense. It really does. It makes absolutely no sense. I don't understand it. I don't like that kind of stuff. People just really need to stop trying to grasp for straws with certain subjects and certain topics, because it's not funny, and it ruins a fandom, and it ruins a character, and it might ruin the actor taking that thing towards that actor. I'm not saying that they do or anything, but it's just kind of funny to hear that kind of stuff, especially when you're liking posters or whatever, and then you see those rare. I mean, well, they're not really rare. They're they're all the time. When you see posts that talks about you know Josh and Maya, then you see that kind of stuff, and it was just aggravating to me. So I kind of had to just kind of you know I don't know. I just had to talk about it right quick, just get my thoughts out there. But yeah, that was my video. That was my video. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. I know this is more like a filter video for people, but yeah, I just had to kind of put it out there. But yeah, that was it. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.